Yo, what's up? What's going on, guys? Zach, or Mortal Resistance here, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some of the best camos that you guys can get via supply drops here in Black Ops 3 multiplayer, ranging from rare to even epic. These are some of the coolest camos in the game, and definitely some of the coolest camos that we've seen in Call of Duty history. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Leave a like if you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. So starting us off here, we have the ice camo. This is actually an epic camo, and it's actually animated. It moves around and sort of pulsates while you're using the weapon in game. You guys can see it's sort of a lighter blue, and then there's pulsating that results in like a deeper, darker blue that I think looks really cool. It contrasts really well on the weapon, and I think this one is absolutely awesome. I love the ice camo. It looks good on pretty much every single weapon in the game. I've seen it on the Weevil. Obviously, you guys can see that on screen. I've seen it on the Man of War. It's just an awesome looking camo. I definitely think this is one of the coolest ones in the game. Next up, we have this sort of variant of the integer camo that I think looks really nice. It's a purple, black, and blue variant of the integer camo that you guys get. It's just a base camo in the game that you get for like 50 headshots with certain weapons or 50 one-shot kills with other weapons. It's a pretty simple camo, but this variant of it I think looks really cool. I love the purple and the black and the blue in there every now and then. I think that makes this camo look really good, and it's personally one of my favorites. Next camo we have is the violet camo. This is another one of my favorites in the game because it's sort of this metallic pearlescent purple that I think looks really good in game. It looks sort of dull on just the main menu, not going to lie, but in game, if you're in a bright area with lots of light, this thing sort of just shimmers and glows and puts off a really nice color in game. It's really vibrant, especially in those brighter areas, and I think in game it just looks absolutely awesome. We're moving on up the ladder. Now we have the Storm camo, which personally I think is one of the coolest animated camos that are in Black Ops 3 and definitely in Call of Duty history. You guys can see it's got sort of a black and gray smoky base color, which I think looks really cool. It sort of makes the gun look a little bit beat up, and then you have these different patterns of blue streaks that flow throughout the weapon that I guess are sort of resembling lightning strikes, which I just think is really cool. You guys can see in game, it makes every single weapon that you have this on look really cool. The black and gray sort of smoke-like effect just sort of flows around the gun as if it were clouds floating in the sky, and then you have the blue lightning strikes which sort of pulsate in brightness, dimming up and down, making the gun look really cool. And honestly, if I had this camo, I'd probably pay more attention to this just moving around my weapon in game than I would trying to kill the enemies or capture objectives. Next up, we have Gem, which is just all sorts of out there. You guys can see it's got a black base color that sort of blends in with the weapon like the Weevil. You can't really tell where this base of the camo starts and ends, but you got the black base color there, and then you have this sort of dark, deep blue that's sort of splattered around it with a little bit of purple and pink splotches here and there. And then if you guys look really closely, you guys can see some really dark gray sort of Chinese lettering on there scattered throughout the weapon. Personally, I love all aspects of this camo. That blue shade on that black background really makes the weapon pop, and with those purple pinkish splotches around the weapon, I feel like it really just ties it all together, making this one of the best camos in the game. Next camo we have is Transgression. I think this camo looks absolutely insane. It's sort of like a Tron red themes camo that I think looks really cool. You guys can see it's got a black sort of carbon fiber camo look to the background, to the base of this weapon, and then it just has these sort of red lines pulsating throughout it, which really give me the vibe of Tron or something like lava flowing throughout a weapon. I think this was probably one of the best skins, best camos that's ever been implemented into Call of Duty. It makes the guns pop, and it looks just absolutely awesome. And finally, we have the Atomic Sludge camo. This is probably one of the most rare epic camos in the game. No pun intended there with the rare category, but yes, this is an epic camo, and I have yet to see anyone get this out of a supply drop, and I've yet to see this even in game on a weapon, but there, you guys can see it on the screen. Looks absolutely awesome. It's got sort of a black base with these different shades of green and yellow lines sort of scattered throughout it. Sort of an abstract, sort of wacky pattern that comes along with this weapon, but what really makes this weapon pop and what really makes it stand out is the animation that comes along with it. You guys can see these green and yellow, almost tube-like shapes that are scattered throughout the weapon in a really cool pattern. Basically, those almost flow and bounce around the weapon in a really cool way. It almost seems like there's stuff or some sort of liquid or some sort of object inside of these tube-like shapes that makes them bounce around. You guys can just see them flow and pulsate throughout the weapon when you're using it in game. And there we have it, guys. Those are the best skins, best camos that you guys can get out of Call of Duty Black Ops 3 supply drops here in multiplayer. Let me know what your guys' favorite was down in the comments below. And if you guys find any more, if you guys are able to get any of these out of supply drops, feel free to tweet me over on Twitter at Who's Immortal with a screenshot of them. I'd love to see what they look like in game for you guys. And that's just about going to wrap things up for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys did and you want to leave a like rating, feel free to do so. And if you guys are new and you want to catch future content, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out, as well as as always, I've been Zach or Mortal Resistance. I will catch you guys in the next video. Stay happy, stay positive, and have an awesome rest of your day. Peace out.